Rude Nation, what's up? We're the Rude Boys. Next episode of the Rude Boys Power Hour. Coming right at ya. Here we go. I'm Sherm.
I'm Tom. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter, everybody. Happy
If you
April Fool's
celebrate.
Day. Happy April. And just happy day. How about that?
Happy life.
Happy life. Exactly. Oh, man. We gotta.
It's early.
It's an early. Yeah. The Rude Boys are having some difficulties locking on a recording day. Past couple days,
weeks,
times, months, just due to our professional lives, personal lives, whatever. And but we can't stop. We won't stop recording for you beautiful people. So this is an early morning Sunday recording, and it's gonna be a different one.
You can already feel the energy, can't you?
Yeah. Well, it's going to be a different one for two reasons. One, because we're recording so early. And two, we are not having a topic today. I'm sorry to break it to you guys. But the reason for that is because we're spinning off a topic onto a first ever Rude Boys special. Because we got WrestleMania 34 coming this weekend. Not a time paradox, because that will come to play.
Yes. All right. Hey, okay.
So that's gonna be a full WrestleMania episode, and if you're hyped for that, get on board, baby. And hang on to the rails.
And if you're not hyped for it, well, you better get hyped.
Yeah. Skip the episode, but download it too. Yeah, keep the numbers up. I appreciate that so much. Numbers, yeah, the download numbers. Oh, yeah, there's a whole bunch of stats, background you're not aware of.
Right,
but,
right.
It's cool
Does it show you who views episodes and whatnot?
Not who.
Oh, okay, cool.
But it shows you. Why would you be in trouble?
Reasons.
What? No, no. Come on, this is the place to get into that.
Hey, well, I've been very busy, and
okay.
you're gonna yell at me.
Not necessarily who's viewing, but who's not viewing.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I know.
Oh my god.
Look, I'm a bad man.
You're bad. You're a bad banger. You're a bad boy. But you know what? You're a rude boy. So
damn right.
We're gonna love you anyway.
I hope so.
All right, Tommy. Who's in your mouth, buddy?
Some coffee from 7-Eleven with some Reese's peanut butter cup creamer. It is goddamn delicious.
So it's like a milkshake you're drinking, basically. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
With coffee.
Absolutely.
Right. Well, I'm in the same ballpark. I'm drinking coffee with a Irish creamer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Irish creamer, or is it actually Bailey's?
No, it's not Bailey's.
Oh,
no.
okay.
Again, it's so early, and it's Sunday morning, and it is Easter today.
Got places to be.
Exactly. Can't really start the day off that great. But this cup, actually, this mug I got is a map of Hyrule from, I guess I'll say Ocarina of Time. I don't know. It's like a conglomeration of shit. Twilight Princess. I'm not too sure exactly.
It could be all the Zeldas.
It could, yeah. You know what it could be, like
a little bit from there.
Yeah, the art is like so. I don't want to say indecipherable, but it's pretty indecipherable.
Oh shit! I see the Swamplands, and that's the Ocarina of Time area.
Right.
Because that's trash.
God. Oh god.
You walked right into it.
It took me a second. I'm like, there's no Swamplands in Ocarina of Time. Oh god.
Really? That's how it... okay, cool. You gotta take a sip before thudding it up, huh?
Oh, motherfucker.
That's... Wow. Thud it up. That was a good thud.
Let's do one more. Keep thudding.
Yeah. You like that?
Thud my mug.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Coffee.
That'll be a pretty good title.
Thud my mug.
Exactly.
There we go.
We're gonna hit Blitzkrieg News right now.
Right now.
All right, so
wow, you prick!
I've edited enough episodes. I know what you say.
You cheeky.
Mix it up,
you cheeky prick. In games, I'm giving him the finger. By the way.
Oh shit! Yeah, you are. Wasn't paying attention.
We got even though I just started playing this game, I can't pronounce it. Geralt.
Oh, the Witcher guy.
Yeah, yeah, from Witcher series is going to be in Soul Calibur 6.
Yep. Yep.
Now, I mean, I
Jesus Christ! I'm just realizing this happened right after we recorded last episode.
Right.
So this is some old ass news.
Hey, whatever.
But I mean, this is
It's new to us and it's new
that's
to the
true to
nation.
you. That is true to you. I don't think it's new to the nation, but
Shut up.
All right. Yeah. So he's gonna be in the new Soul Calibur game.
Which I like.
Yeah.
I mean, the Soul Calibur games, I mean, for better or for worse, I've played a good chunk of the series. Yeah. And then I've been like, okay, this is just not going anywhere, and I have no one else who wants to play and
right, yeah.
lose.
I like Soul. Well, yeah, you're a beast at fighting games, but I like Soul Calibur. I played Soul Calibur 2 a lot because my boy Link was in it. I played 3 a little bit. And Soul Calibur's, I don't want to say known for the guest stars, but they have. It's almost like more often than not. Like you got, like I said, Link, Spawn, Heihachi. Who else was in it? Ezio from Assassin's Creed. Kratos was in, I think, the PSP game. Darth Vader, Yoda, Starkiller. I forget who was in like the more recent ones,
Vader
but now you got Geralt or Geralt.
Yeah.
Or Geralt.
Geralt.
So new one in the Soul Calibur thing.
Yeah, I mean,
cool.
I'm sure that's one of.
Yeah, probably could be more.
And I'm sure that'll be a DLC. I mean, it won't be a hey.
They usually do. I think he's actually on the box art.
Is he?
Yeah, I think so. So he's probably going to be a base on.
He'll still be a DLC.
Excuse me. There were rumors though that there was going to be, of course, because every time a game gets announced, everyone's like, "Where's the Switch version?" Mm-hmm. So there was rumors that like there was going to be a Fire Emblem character in the Switch version, which would have been really fucking sick.
I would just have to pick that up.
Exactly.
Based on principle.
All right, what else we got?
Sonic Mania to get a physical release this summer.
Also, something happened the day after we recorded last episode. Yeah, so Sonic Mania, one of my favorite games last year. It's a retro throwback to the Sonic 1, 2, 3, and Knuckles, and it was really well done. Probably one of the better Sonic games I've played in a while, and I do not really like Sonic games. So it really just hit nostalgia for me that even I don't have, so anyone who loves Sonic would have loved it. And now it's coming out physical, and it has, like, I think 2 more characters, a couple more modes, and it looks pretty sick.
I got a knuckle for you.
Oh, God. You just sitting on that?
I really... On my knuckles?
Sit on that, yeah.
Burr? Alright, so
we need a soundboard.
Also, a bunch of indie video games coming to the Switch.
Yep.
Look at that, I didn't read it word for word.
What did I... Oh, it doesn't matter.
I know.
Oh, did I put something to trip you up?
Well, en route, but...
Oh.
I just want to prove to you that I'm not a robot that just reads robot. From a,
I am a
teleprompter.
Teleprompter. So yeah, there was a Nindies event dealing with independent game companies and their independent games coming to Nintendo Switch and Nintendo 3DS. A couple highlights I'll tell you right now. Mark of the Ninja Remastered. Yeah. That was a sick game I played on the 360 a couple years ago. One of the best stealth games I've ever played. 2D, kind of like you're a ninja basically, and you have all these things.
Very like Ninja Gaiden-esque.
I guess so. But
same side scroll, 2D.
Side scroll, yeah. I mean, it's more of a ninja game than more of Ninja Gaiden. Ninja Gaiden, I would say, more like action-y stuff. I mean, if we want to talk about Ninja Gaiden, though, there was this other game that came out, very similar, called The Messenger.
Okay.
The Messenger has this hook where it does this thing where it splits between like an 8-bit style and a 16-bit style. And when you're in a 16-bit style, the game, it's almost like you're playing 2 games in one, like one game that came out in the 80s and one game that came out in the early 90s. That a lot of people, or several people, maybe one person, has said that this could be this year's Shovel Knight. So like this retro, knock it out of the park sort of thing. I'm pretty hyped for that. Some other games that are coming out: Nidhogg 2 for the Switch. Nidhogg 2 is a big hit at the Bangor State. Oh hell yeah, I'll pick that up. Yeah, because that's the Switch would be perfect for that.
That's a great party
controllers.
Game.
Yeah, absolutely.
So much yelling and fighting with that game.
Oh yeah, no, big time. One more that comes to mind was actually Nidhogg 2 and this game right here weren't announced at the Indies event. It was announced, I think they had South by Southwest or GDC around that time where the stuff got announced. Excuse me. Hyperlight Drifter, which is this like ultra stylized action RPG, I believe, that got a lot of buzz a couple years ago, previous generation, I would say, maybe early PS4, Xbox One generation, and that's coming to Switch too. So the Switch continues to kind of keep the ball rolling for independent games.
Sure, yeah,
which is
no.
great because I mean, the system's taken off. So, and all these companies seem to be doing very well, which is always good.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
Let's keep it blitzkrieg.
Keep it blitzkrieg. Roll, 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 roll. That was a dog. Did you hear the dog?
Oh yeah. Was that DMX's slightly slower cousin?
Could
dog.
be, yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Shut up. Sunday morning. Atari VCS. Feel like I'm just reading an eye chart. Unveiled.
Yeah. So
I've seen stuff on this.
Yeah.
And it's like they don't really.
no
one knows what the hell it is. Like they're
which
like,
is exactly what I was going to get into.
They're like, who is it for? Like
it looks cool. Like it's a 80. It's like a neo 80s.
Yeah.
Atari 2600, which, you know, for you nerds out there, the 2600 was originally going to be called the Atari VCS. So now it's called the Atari 26. It was called the 2600. This is called that, and it, for all intents and purposes, is almost like an Ouya, where it's
that's one thing that I heard.
Downloadable games on it. That's it. Like, who is this for? Like, you know, don't get me wrong. It'll probably be jam packed with 80s with Atari 600. Blah! It's
Sunday morning.
It's probably going to be jam packed with Atari 2600 games. Which again, I could scratch my fingernail and that'll be more memory.
Yeah,
than all those fucking games.
Believe I did have a 2600 when I was younger.
Oh yeah, I mean that was one of the first game systems I ever played because my dad had one, and I remember playing like Air Sea Land Battle or whatever the hell, and Pitfall.
Pitfall, man, was such a pain in the ass. Caused so much rage inside of me. But for anyone who doesn't know that, I rage quit a lot.
Yeah, Tommy does rage quit. Could that have been your first rage quit game?
Very possibly.
Yeah.
Very, very, very possibly.
Have you ever rage quit a board game? Like, were you playing like checkers or something, or Connect 4 with your brother before video games?
I've rage quit before video games.
Like a basketball or something.
No, I've rage quit Monopoly to the point where I've actually flipped the board.
Nice, all right.
And yeah, not one of my finest moments.
No, I mean that's pretty common when it comes to Monopoly.
Yeah, I see. I don't know. Here's the thing. I'm gonna go on a tangent real quick.
Tommy's
I don't get, like, Monopoly is cool, but I'm like, yo, you give me Risk over Monopoly any day of the week.
Right.
Like, I will play when someone's like, yo, let's play Monopoly, I'm like, oh,
how about not?
Why?
Right.
But I'll play it because that's what the group wants.
Sure.
But, you know, I do want to play Risk. I have a nice little Risk set.
Mm-hmm.
So
I've got a nice little Risk set over
I
there.
see that.
40th anniversary. Never got cracked open.
I got the Game of Thrones one. Not even cracked open.
I have a Star Wars one too.
Nice.
From like the when the Revenge of the Sith came
out. All right,
out.
keep it Blitzkrieg.
Keep it Blitzkrieg. Never played Risk. Let's go.
All right.
What else we got?
Sunday.
Oh, hang on a second. Are we done with video games? There's one more video game thing I want to mention up. Recently, this doesn't really hit any of us, I think, but Dragon Quest XI got announced for the West. Dragon Quest has kind of had a little bit of a rocky localization situation when it comes to North America. Obviously, back in the day when it was called Dragon Warrior, it was a huge hit because like Nintendo Power subscribers or Nintendo Fun Club back in the day, I forget which, would get free copies of the game because Nintendo had to help with at the time the company Enix to bring this game over and get it into the hands of North America. Once I would say the Squaresoft and the company Enix merged, became Square Enix. Final Fantasy kind of became the golden boy of that whole franchise, of that whole company, which, you know, to be fair, like, yeah, Final Fantasy was kind of a little more well-known, but Dragon Quest was still killing it over in Japan. There was a bunch of DS remakes that Nintendo of America personally published. Those came out. I heard those were really good. This Dragon Quest X, I think, completely missed North America because it was like a Wii U game and online, so already 2 strikes against it. Dragon Quest XI, though, coming out for PS4, apparently looks super cool.
They've always looked super, especially if you're
that art style is awesome.
If you're into anime,
Akira Toriyama, absolutely.
Yeah, it is pretty fantastic.
Yeah. So Dragon Quest IV, wow, Dragon Quest on the PS4 looks awesome. There was going to be a 3DS version, where obviously it can't push out the same graphics as the PS4,
right?
But on the bottom screen, so it would have like a lower, like a chibi-eyes version or something like that. You know what I mean? Like a scaled back version.
Okay.
The bottom screen though would have a top-down 16-bit style of the game.
Okay.
If I remember correctly, so you could potentially just switch between
right
2 different styles of gameplay, which looks cool. However, that version is not coming to the West at all. They are focusing on the PS4 version, and I think it's coming out to Steam too, which that seems to be a big push from Square Enix also. And they did talk about a Switch version. Keep your panties on, Rude Nation, but it's going to take a while, they said. So, to my own admission, I've never played a Dragon Quest game. I am not a big JRPG person. I'm not a big RPG person. I've always wanted to. I've always checked online to be like, what Dragon Quest game should I play first? And everyone says, oh, play this one, play that one, play this one, play that one. So it's not really a good jumping off point. So this news does nothing for me. Hopefully it does something for you. Let's keep it blitz.
Another video game thing that I saw was that EA is actually working on a proper Star Wars game with story and
they were doing that with Respawn, I think, right? Respawn Entertainment.
Is that okay?
I think I can't keep track of the
EA
projects
debacle.
They start and stop,
right?
And all that
exactly.
Shit. So, that's great.
Yeah, so I saw that. I mean, I'm sure it'll get canceled.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because EA sucks at life and everything.
Yep.
Comics, Death of the Inhumans. And Marvel's attempt to make them X-Men 2.0. This has been a failing thing.
Right.
Even with the Inhumans versus X-Men. I believe that was their summer event last year.
I think 2 years ago, wouldn't it? Because I know they were definitely trying to make Inhumans a thing.
Yes,
because
you're right. Because of rights and whatnot.
Also, because the comics are just basically, I don't want to say free publicity, but I mean, the movies are taking off.
Right.
So, and don't get me wrong, the X-Men movies were making money, but, they weren't really making Marvel Studios money. So they were like, you know what? We're going to introduce our new group of superhuman people. Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know.
Which were the Inhumans, which have been around for years, but they really kind of pushed them.
I mean, the Inhumans, I've always been very, take them or leave them.
Right. And now it looks like we're all leaving them.
Yeah, but you know what, though? Alright, they're saying Death of the Inhumans. With the Inhumans versus X-Men, they were also calling it Death of the X-Men, too.
Right. But I mean, the X-Men never really died. They just kind
because you know what it is? As much as, they, they slowed down the X-Men comics, the X-Men are just so damn popular.
Right, everyone still kept your heavy hitters.
Everybody loves the X-Men because of what they represent.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, I mean, for me, X-Men is always my jam. That's what got me into comic books, into reading and whatnot. So, we'll see. I mean, I'm sure they'll spread them out through different teams and whatnot. Spread them like Medusa.
Yeah, I mean, this is just more writing on the wall now that the X-Men are, a couple steps closer to the fold.
Sure.
Back into the Marvel Studios system proper, which also comes into the next bit of comics news.
This is huge.
This is big.
This is very big. Fantastic Four making a return.
Proper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, like we said that, when the X-Men, quote-unquote, died, I think,
you had
Wolverine was doing his thing, or some version of Wolverine was doing his thing.
And you had Rogue.
Storm was doing her thing.
And you had Rogue and a few people on, Avengers, Unity Squad.
When the Fantastic Four went away for a few years.
They went away.
But, I mean, Thing and Human Torch were still around.
Thing joined up with Guardians of the Galaxy for a while, and Human Torch was actually banging Medusa of the Inhumans.
Sure.
So,
wasn't he banging the daughter or something like that?
Crystal.
Right.
Sister. The sister of Medusa.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Johnny Storm.
Yeah.
Watch out for that burning sensation. Really? All right, I appreciate that. That wasn't really a laugh. That was
I like
kind
it.
of
I like it.
All right.
No. I mean,
No.
regardless of how you feel about Fantastic... I mean, for me, Fantastic Four, it's always been like, oh, they're Marvel's first family. I never gave a shit about the
Right.
Fantastic Four. I've read some, like, you know, a couple of stories, like, anything that really involves Doctor Doom,
Oh yeah, Doctor Doom is an
I'm
A+
fucking
villain.
all in. Like,
Right.
there was one story that it was like Reed Richards and the Thing. They were off in space on some stupid mission, and you know, probably in the like negative zone.
All right, sure.
And Sue Richards goes into labor with their second kid.
Oh yes, I guess.
And Johnny Storm's like, shit, I can't do this.
Right.
So he goes to Latveria and gets Doctor Doom. And Doctor Doom's like, I'm gonna do it only if you name her after my mother.
That's
and
pretty baller.
I was just like, wow, you're a shithead. And like there was like another story with Doom where he shows up on their doorstep wearing like, because he mixed magic and science.
Sure,
he's
that's
wearing
what
this.
his deal is.
He's wearing the skin of his mother.
Oh god.
Like
some fucking Norman Bates bullshit.
right, but like because she was so infused with like so much like dark sorcery that like I was like, holy shit.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah, baller though.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, if you want to look at it, Age of Ultron, that whole Ultron plot, that's a Doctor Doom plot.
Absolutely.
Really.
Absolutely, I agree.
So,
Sokovia, Latveria,
Yeah,
sure.
exactly, yeah.
But we will be talking about that on
we'll be talking about that at another podcast.
Another
so
time.
let's keep it blitzkrieg.
But regardless, how you feel about Fantastic Four, this is very cool because they are the first. They are,
yeah.
for all intents and purposes, the first
Yeah.
family. All right, movies.
Movies.
This is a biggie. Venom movie
Uh-huh.
will feature.
Mmm.
Wait for it.
I'm waiting for it.
No Venom.
No Venom.
It's very
You mean
minimal.
No, like
Very
Venom.
minimal. Like we will see the actual Venom.
Right.
Very minimal.
I kind of saw this coming.
I'm like, this is just cancel this movie.
I kind of saw this coming. Like this
it's,
was.
I'm like, why? Because you don't want to cover Tom Hardy's pretty little face? Like, it's...
You don't have to.
It's dumb. I'm like... I don't know. I really feel like they're rushing this movie way too
absolutely.
much. They need to figure something out. It's going to fail.
They need to figure something out. Like, I mean, they can rush it or hang on to it all they want. They're making a Venom movie without Spider-Man. Like, that's a huge part of his thing. So, I mean, I can understand why they want to be more not Venom than Venom, but, like, the movie's fucking called Venom, guy. You gotta fucking money shot it once, at least.
Yeah, I know.
At least.
Because it's like, why, you know, I don't know. It's
just stop right there. I don't know.
Unless they introduced a symbiote for whatever reason in Infinity War. That's the only thing I could think of.
That'd be cool.
That's the only thing I could think of why he's going to look like, or unless, you know, he sees him on the news or some shit, which I think you said it on an episode.
That'd probably be the case, yeah.
Yeah, it's just silly.
We'll see what happens. I mean, you know, there might be another trailer. There might be some clips or something like that. But
Yeah.
so far, they are not selling this movie.
No.
No.
I mean, okay, I know you say you don't go to movies unless you're with me.
Correct.
Dude, if you want to hit this on, like, a Saturday, like, not a Saturday morning, because I don't want to waste my Saturday morning with it. Like, you want to hit it, like, a Tuesday night for, like, you know, $4, because some cinemas do cheapo Tuesdays.
Right, yeah.
Or we just wait for it to come out on TBS.
No, I think we'll end up watching it.
Yeah, we'll Redbox it. There we go.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
All right, what else we got, Tommy? Let's keep it blitzkrieg.
Captain Marvel, don't do that. Captain Marvel officially starts production. Yep. Clark Gregg's in it, which is awesome.
Yeah. Okay, so the Captain Marvel movie starring Brie Larson is taking place in the 90s.
Which I'm digging.
Yeah.
And I heard that it's going to be... There was a very short description that it's about two warring alien cultures.
Sure, yeah, it's the Kree and the Skrulls, I believe,
which is
right?
awesome.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Finally,
which also gives this a good reason, like the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We'll get into it when we talk to it. We'll talk about it more. When we talk to the we're gonna get him on the line. We're gonna talk to
cool,
it.
Cool.
But when we talk
Jeremy
about
Renner
it,
has stuff to do because he's not in the movie at all.
That's fine. So when we do talk about it, we'll bring up the fact that they have all this time that nothing happens. Like between like the flashback scenes, between like First Avenger and all the little flashback scenes right before Iron Man.
It's a good bridge.
Absolutely, yeah. So you can do shit like that, like like have Captain Marvel in the '90s, or if they do want to do a Marvel. If they want to do a Fantastic Four Marvel movie, have it take place in the '60s. Have them go into space and be like they've been lost for years or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what? We can talk about that later. But yes, take place in the '90s, and you're gonna get some. So Clark Gregg, returning person,
as
obviously Agent
Coulson.
Coulson from Shield.
Lee Pace will be Ronin.
Right.
Obviously,
the accuser from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1.
Yep. Digimon Hanzo.
Digimon Hanzo. Yep. Yeah. Exactly. He was the dude who played.
He was the.
He was the guy who captured who attempted to capture Star-Lord, like in the first scene of Guardians. That guy. I don't know what else he was in, but he was the guy who was like, I'm Star-Lord. Who?
Well,
Star-Lord, man.
He runs around with like the little anime kid, right?
Yeah, Digimon.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm really wondering how.
A lot of good titles.
I'm really wondering how dark they're gonna go with it, because like Captain Marvel, she has a dark past where like
they're gonna go that dark.
Her son from the future comes, seduces her.
What?
Bangs her so he can have her. Like it's weird.
No.
Read up.
No.
Yes, read up on it. Yes. Would I lie?
What? Keep it blitzkrieg. What else we got?
Oh, these fucking X-Men movies are killing me.
Some shuffling going on.
X-Men Dark Phoenix pushed from November 2018 to February 2019.
So no X-Men movie this year, everybody.
Yep. However, did find out that Jessica might have been revealed that Jessica Chastain, who's playing the villain, a lot of people thought she was going to be playing Lilandra of the Shi'ar, or her sister Deathbird.
Deathbird.
But it's pretty good that she may be playing Miss Sinister.
Okay.
Which
that's cool.
That's a whole nother weird thing.
Yeah, gender bending Mr. Sinister. Yeah. Yep. New
Mutants from February 2019. Wow, they just keep pushing New Mutants back.
Yeah.
Well, I
think there's some shit getting shuffled around.
Yeah,
when
we were going
powers that be.
Yeah, when we were going off on a couple of tangents just before, I was looking it up that they are doing reshoots. I have a feeling a lot of these reshoots are so maybe they could be worked into the MCU somehow.
Could be.
Antonio Banderas is actually going to be in New Mutants.
Oh, really?
He's replacing John Hamm.
John Hamm was going to be in it?
Yeah,
like
as a mystery villain and
Sugar Man.
A lot of people are saying Mr. Sinister.
Oh, okay.
So very odd. Very. We'll see. We'll see.
Not Sugar Man. Not Arcade. Not Mojo.
You're scraping the X-Men Rogue Gallery.
Master Mold.
Is that really scraping? Master Mold's not scraping.
Master Mold is not scraping the barrel.
He was one of their main villains.
Are you saying Master Mind? I'm saying Master Mold.
No, the main Sentinel who controlled all the other Sentinels.
What about Mastermind?
Actually, if they're doing Dark Phoenix Saga, you may see Mastermind in.
He could be Sauron.
TV. Season 4 of Rick and Morty is still not ordered by Cartoon Network or Adult Swim. See, I don't believe anything that these guys say.
Yeah, true.
Because they are so full of shit and they just fuck with us. I'm kind of done because I'm tired of the Rick and Morty drama of like, oh, is it premiering? Is it not premiering? Right. I don't, if it premieres, cool, I'll watch it.
Yeah, you watch it on fucking DVR or on demand, man. That's what people do nowadays.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I try to watch stuff live.
Yeah, okay. But apparently there's some contract renegotiation going on or negotiation.
Okay.
So Yeah, it's kind of weird that you don't want with how popular season 3 was that they wouldn't have gotten on that right away.
Right.
But whatever. Who knows?
So
I'm not a businessman. Or am I?
you're not. Pull the curtain.
Or am I? Another curtain.
A curtain on top of a curtain on top of a curtain.
Well, curtain behind. You can't really put curtains on
Right.
top.
Well, you can. You can stack.
You can't stack them vertically, though.
Yeah, true.
You have to put them
Alright,
one
keep
after
it
another.
blitzkrieg.
Yeah.
Deadpool animated series hits a dead end with FX and Donald Glover both walking away.
Yep. This was just something that they couldn't, for whatever reason, they just couldn't agree
One
upon.
of the reasons Donald Glover walked away because something about Deadpool, because I believe he was voicing Deadpool.
I don't know about that. He was writing. And
Okay.
He did put some sort of scripts on
Right.
Twitter.
Right.
If that's legitimate or not, because it was super, super current.
Right.
Which would be awesome.
Yeah,
I mean, I feel like
it was
Deadpool
something like
cartoon would be fucking
he go
a
like
home run.
like Deadpool goes to South Africa, and
Interacts with the last
Rhino,
white rhino who
and Deadpool,
died last month.
And Deadpool makes a comment, goes, "Yo, if he pays me enough money, I'd rip the horn off of him myself." And apparently that pissed Donald Glover off. And
Donald Glover wrote that.
Dude, I don't know.
Who knows? Yeah, who knows?
Who
with
knows
this? 'Cause, I mean,
what the reason
this
is?
was almost like a lock, and it just didn't. It just didn't work out.
It is what it is.
There is rumor because of obviously Dan Harmon and Donald Glover both not having projects right now. There was a Community movie rumor going on because I
Okay.
think that's a thing. Never saw an episode of Community. Sorry, guys, but that's almost adding a little fuel to that fire.
Okay.
But yeah, no. Apparently, there was a script, like I said, Donald Glover put on Twitter, legitimate or not, who knows?
Right.
It is pretty funny. I was reading it, and it's like I said, super topical. Which
Right.
I mean, that'd be neat.
Which I don't get. FX is just FX does everything. Like,
Right, exactly.
Holy
So
shit!
that's why I'm even surprised.
Yeah.
Like they should have done it. They should have kept it going. But who knows?
All right. So even though we're not going to be talking wrestling, we are going to talk wrestling quick.
Wrestling news.
Daniel Bryan finally cleared by WWE to
This is
return
insane,
to in-ring
man.
action.
This is insane.
I remember watching, his retirement speech
right.
on Raw, and I
Right.
was just like, oh man, I found myself getting like a little emotional,
Yeah.
And honestly, I watched his coming back speech. Still got emotional.
He's one of the best of the modern era of wrestling, and when you get a retirement speech because they're forced to retire, that's like a different amount of emotion,
Right.
Because like you get like a Ric Flair retirement speech or a Shawn Michaels retirement speech, and it's just because those guys are at the end of their careers, for the most part.
Right.
Asterisks to you, Ric Flair.
Yeah.
But
Wrestling
like
your
you get
suits.
you get like an Edge retirement speech or a Daniel Bryan retirement speech. It's a different thing because it's like this dream is taken away from them. So for him to, and he's been fighting it for years and years.
Yeah.
Like he's been going to concussion experts and brain experts, and he's gotten the okay and the okay and the okay.
But WWE just
Right, and don't get me wrong, because they're the ones that are basically putting him in the line of fire.
Yeah.
These are the people who, all respect or whatever, have had a lot of blood on their hands. Like, and,
Yeah.
they don't want
They don't want
that to happen again. Don't get me wrong. I can't
I
see.
can't fault WWE for doing
and I
it.
can't see in my mind the amount of like how shook Vince McMahon could be when guys like Eddie Guerrero, Owen Hart, Benoit, these guys who have had their hearts and minds and brains in the business, really unfortunate phrase right there.
Yeah.
And to have that blood on his hands, you know what I mean? So like for him to have like a Daniel Bryan have to step away, I could see him and the company, business aside or whatever, be like, no, like stay away. You're gonna get yourself hurt because he goes hard.
He does.
He goes forward, and he's got to do like what Austin did when Austin got his neck fucking fucked up. He's got to change that style.
Yeah,
he can't be doing headbutts. He can't be doing fucking
right.
He can't take turnbuckle bombs or whatever, or
buckle bombs,
apron bombs like he did the same episode of his
Yeah.
comeback speech. But thank God he's back, because
Yeah.
he's one of the most polarizing characters.
Yeah, just real quick, and we'll go more into it in our next. The match that they're going to be putting him in, I think, is probably one of the smartest things to do.
Agreed, yes.
Because it's a tag match.
Yep.
And it'll be like, he can get his sea legs back.
Absolutely.
So, which is good.
I'm sure he's still got that memory. I don't think he's ever going to miss a beat. However, for him to be in a match with Owens and Zayn, who are both 100% professionals and have been in this business for years and years and years, they are one of the best people, I would imagine, to be in with. I mean, hell, for the lead up last year for Owens and Shane McMahon, Vince wanted Owens to headbutt him, and then Vince was going to bleed on his own show. So, like, there's a lot of trust there.
Yeah, no, totally is, which, side note, I do love what they're doing. They're really playing this whole thing up. They took Owens and Zayn, their superstar bios off.
Yep.
Owens and Zayn both changed their names on Twitter.
Right.
Back to Steen and El Generico, which is just...
Wait, Steen's El Generico?
To Steen and El... You know what
Wait, who's El Generico?
Very good. Very good, very good.
Keeping it kayfabe. Let's go.
There we go.
Keep it Blitzkrieg.
Keep it Blitzkrieg.
Kayfabe. Keep it Blitzkrieg.
Kayfabe?
It's Sunday morning. Go ahead.
All right. Randomness.
Random news.
Out of the ashes of Toys R Us.
R.I.P. Toys R Us.
Yeah, sad. But we're going to have to hit some Toys R Us soon, I think.
They're probably all out of business already, man. Like, that was like a flash clearance sale they were doing.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Like, they were like, we got to get the fuck out of here. But this was a bit of news that came up.
KB Toys, rise from those ashes.
Yeah, so, because apparently KB has been working on a business model that can sustain itself in this, brick and mortar versus, online
Internet,
retailer. And, hey, that's cool, dude.
That's cool.
I kind of always liked KB Toys. KB was like a different... I mean, don't get me wrong, there was no ever sales. I mean, there's really no sales at fucking Toys R Us. I mean, if you're looking at, like, video games or action figures, like, it's all kind of bullshit. Like, hey, it's clearance. It's $13. Like, that's
I think the only sales I've ever found was, like, around Christmas time was, like, buy one board game, get one half price.
The board games and the Nerf guns, I know, have always been, like, a good
money
sale area. But, like, KB... Like, dude, they were selling Virtual Boy games, I think, until they went out of business. Like, what the heck?
Sweet. We made some Virtual Boy games.
Yeah, right. They got all that stock that's been unsold. I got to work on my collection. But, yeah, so apparently KB is going to scoop up, some employees and, some material and some stock.
Now, are they going to be opening where Toys R Us is?
I have no idea. Because KB has never been a big-time retailer.
They've always been in, like, mall.
Like that.
Right. I was just going to say that.
Yeah. So. I mean, unless, hey, Rude Nation, across the nation... Let us know if you've ever been at a big time KB toy store.
Yeah.
Remember Toy World?
Child's World.
Child's World.
Child's
World. It was a kangaroo, right? Was the mascot?
Yes.
Okay.
And there was only, I believe, the only one I knew of was in Levittown.
Right down the road, right?
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to give our location out.
Yeah.
I bought my first Nintendo Power there.
Did you?
Yep.
Cool. I have many fun stories about that place, which I'll talk about off air.
Okay. What kind of story? Tell.
No.
Yeah.
They're not mine. But
they're not your stories?
They're mine. They're mine, but they're not mine. That's the thing.
I don't understand.
Don't worry.
Clarify it.
I will.
Explain it.
Not now.
As you would a child.
Dirt? I don't know. Apparently... I have
do a lot of research here.
I realized that I am a Ringo Starr fan of the Beatles.
Okay,
and because me and another buddy of ours was talking about like our favorite Beatles songs.
Okay,
and I rattled off a bunch of Beatles songs, and he's sitting and he goes, "You motherfucker! You just rattled off every Ringo Starr song that he did."
Right.
He finally got knighted. It's been a long time coming up, and I can see that. So we're gonna wrap up Blitzkrieg with that. Awesome.
That was subconscious. Sorry. Tommy.
What
you been up to?
Have started playing The Witcher 3.
Okay.
It seems to be a recurring theme for the show.
As far as what? Starting to play?
No, Witcher coming up.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
This show we're talking about, not this entire
podcast.
Correct. Yes.
I mean, I just started it. I'm not super impressed, but again, like I said,
you got to play it for a while.
Yeah, I know. It seems like a real fucking grind.
Right. That's fair.
But then I'm like, do I want to stick with it? But I'm gonna stick with it for a little bit. If it doesn't pick up,
Yeah, got to give it a few hours. I know people who love it. I should ask them. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, how far
Yeah.
can he play before he
please
realizes
do.
he likes it? Yeah,
Please do
maybe
some research
I'll
for
shoot
me.
some texts out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Please do some research for me.
Yup.
What else you got?
Finishing up the Song of Fire and Ice book series.
Nice. Hey, also known as the Game of Thrones series.
You fucking son of a bitch. Yeah, I'm on book 5, and
Which one is that? Feast of Crows?
no, that's Dance with Wolves.
The Bell of Sound?
Wolves and Dragons.
Wolves and Dragons?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's like called the
Not
Dance.
Isn't there one Den of Dragons?
Nah.
What about
No.
the Box
Stop.
of Angels?
Anyway, George R. R. Martin has just gotten so fucking lazy because like all the chapters with Daenerys.
Lazy, aren't each book take 12 years to
Hold on,
write?
listen.
Sorry.
Each fucking 8 chapter with Daenerys, it's like, oh, what can I do? What can I do? I know. Let me just describe her getting filled for, you know, like 9 pages. Like
all the words to pick.
Like, let me just describe this in length for the whole chapter. Oh yeah, and then there are some fighting pits. Awesome, cool.
He definitely jerked it, right? To, like, writing that stuff?
he must have. Thank God it's an audiobook, so there's no crust on the pages.
Oh god, it's like you're hearing it, and then you're also hearing like, and then Daenerys with her bosoms. I don't know.
Oh Jesus!
What does that sound?
Yesterday, Jesus.
Roll with it. Let's go.
Yesterday, I saw the movie Ready Player One. Very cool. Definitely kept the elements of the book. Very different from the book because of licensing rights and whatnot.
Right, sure, I can imagine.
I would definitely go see it again if my fellow Rude Boy here wants to go check it out in theaters.
Right, I'm a whopping 7 pages into the book.
Right.
So.
Right, and what did we say before? You read like how I play video games.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
So.
And we mentioned TBS earlier. Like when the movie comes out in TBS, I'll be done with that book. Like I'm that slow of a reader.
Yeah.
But hey, you know what? This brings up a good point. Rude Nation. If you want to hear Tom's thoughts on Ready Player One, let us know. Hit us up on Twitter, RudeBoys469, Facebook, email, whatever. Let us know because usually Tommy and I see movies together and we talk about them. But this is a occurrence where he sees a movie that does definitely fit into the Rude Nation's MO. So let us know what you want. If you want full-on spoiler, full-on discussion, I'm not going to see it right away because, again, I kind of want to hit that book first. And,
Once you hit a certain stride in that book, boom.
That's what my girlfriend said.
You'll
she
be
banged
good.
it out.
I was very surprised when you told me
Dude,
that.
she just started. She picked it up and then just kept going at it, man. She's
That's
like
awesome.
an insane reader.
That made me very happy though when you told me that she finished it, and I finally finished The Last of Us.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
This has been a long time coming. I think this has been since the start of the podcast.
Fuck,
Like you've had like at least 3 start-stops.
Yeah. Well, I ran into issues.
File issues.
Yeah, exactly. Very cool.
Do you want to talk about it a little bit?
Yeah, I could totally talk
right,
about
so,
it.
hey,
Spoilers
yeah,
because
Last
it's
of
been
Us
out for
spoilers.
like 15 years.
Right. Not just, but it came out for PS4
a
couple years ago. But Last of Us spoilers. All right, what'd you think of the ending?
I was very like, wow, Joel, you just kind of, you took humanity into your own hands.
Well, I mean, that's not really. I mean, so the whole
Well,
thing. The whole plot was that Ellie was supposed to have a cure.
But
for
at the same
this
time,
disease.
I think he was. I did like how all of a sudden, like that whole blowout that they had when you meet up with Tommy.
Right.
And then you have that blowout in the house where she's like, "Oh, I'm not your daughter."
Right.
And he's like, "Yeah, that's right. You're not my daughter." But then like as they're riding back, I was just like,
in the car, right? You're talking about?
Was it in the car?
Well, I'm sorry. Tommy was the dude in
Joel's
the winter.
brother.
Joel's brother.
Joel's brother. the one who left the Fireflies.
Oh right, yeah. It's been a while since I remember, but that ending.
It's been a while.
But that ending, definitely
Yeah.
sticks.
But like and then like when they will, you meet up with what the hell's the Firefly lady? Her name?
I don't remember.
I'm drawing a blank. Wow.
Is she the one at the hospital?
She's the one that sends you on your way with Ellie in the beginning.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't
matter. Continue.
And it was just like, and she explains what you're doing, what they're gonna be doing and whatnot.
Right.
And you're just like, oh, you're a disgusting human. You're gonna do open brain surgery on this chick, just so maybe that maybe this will.
That's the point. It's the maybe.
Yeah, and it's just like, and Joel's just like, no, we're not doing this. That part was a pain in the ass, trying to get her, because they stripped you of all your weapons and shit, and
yeah, you had to go hardcore.
Oh yeah, and it was just like the biggest pain in the ass.
Right. Yeah.
Another part before that was when you're in the tunnel, and all the creatures are in that tunnel between you and the hospital.
Right.
And I cannot tell you how many times I was like, fuck, I'm dying. I keep dying here. But then I was like, wait, okay, let me walk quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Let me jump onto this bus. And once I got over that hump, I was just like, fuck it, I got this.
Right.
And I, finally, I was just like, I can finish this off. And,
nice.
Ellie's gonna kick his ass if she finds out in the second one.
Well, yeah, we'll find out how that goes.
See, because it looks like in the second one, you are playing as Ellie.
That's what it's being alluded to, yes.
Something must happen, like, Joel must finally just... He dies.
Right.
Because, like...
There's a lot of rumor that Joel might be like a vision or something. Like he does it like in the trailers and stuff. No, I'm talking about in the second part 2.
Okay.
That Joel may be like a just a figment of her imagination.
Oh, kind of like guiding her.
Yeah, or something. Okay. Like that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I kind of been stepping away from Last of Us trailers because it's like it was like, hey, there's a new one coming out. I'm like, all right, cool, I'm down. Yeah. Like I don't really need to see a lot of that stuff. Like I'll see gameplay to see how much it changed, but with the trailers, like it seems like it's definitely more of a focus on Ellie.
I did also start, and I stepped away, I started playing Ellie's Story.
Oh, Left Behind?
Yeah.
Something like that. Which is part of the PS4 pack.
Yeah, where Joel's, like, that's when Joel, like, lands on that pipe, and, like, you're running around trying to get the medicine and everything, and there are... soldiers running after me, and I just keep getting killed.
I've heard good things about that.
It's very cool, but I was just like, you know what, let me step away. I beat the main game. That's what I wanted to do. Just such a heart-wrenching, fantastic game.
Really good game.
Fantastic.
Really good game.
I really enjoyed it. I mean, another home run from Naughty Dog.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Killing it over there.
Yeah. What have you been up to?
What have I been up to? Well, let me tell you. I read the entirety of Spider-Verse.
Oh, cool.
I read that. I got that graphic novel for cheap from Amazon. And I read the whole thing. So like, I have a lot of... I'm very hesitant when it comes to trade paperbacks because, like, back in the day, you would get, like, something that would contain, like, 3 issues or something like that, but it wouldn't be the whole thing, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think the first couple trade paperbacks that I've gotten... It's a very confusing thing. So the first ones I picked up ever was the original Clone Saga.
Okay.
I'm talking about, like, it was like Amazing Spider-Man 163, 164, something like that. Mm-hmm. And Maximum Carnage. And that was the entire of those arcs.
Okay.
Every little side story, like if there was like a little bit of like Gwen Stacy as a clone in like an issue or 2 before the actual Clone Saga, it would include that. So it was like Spider-Man going to London and shit like that. It was weird. Fighting the tarantula. Like, I was like, okay, this is weird, but like, it was everything. You know what I mean? It was encompassed. It was right there. Maximum Carnage started and ended with Spider-Man Unlimited 1 and 2. So that's pretty much where you were right there. But working at a bookstore back in the day, you would see like, oh, here's I'm trying to think of a saga that was like that. I'll say Spider-Verse. Spider-Verse Volume 1, Spider-Verse Volume 2, Spider-Verse Volume 3, and then you have like the Spider-Verse collection. So it's like, where the fuck are you supposed to continue
it's
with
all
that?
the side.
And it's so confusing. And nowadays they have the Edge of Spider-Verse, or like I read Spider Island, the Edge Spider Island Companion.
Right.
It's really confusing, especially from someone who just wants the whole story, wants like all of it, you know what I mean?
Right. I mean, the most fantastic thing that I've ever seen do, like, where you get all the meat.
The meat.
Was, you got it for me, the Fatal Attractions.
Right.
It was everything, like...
Yep.
It's like close to 1,200 fucking pages.
Right. And I mean, those arcs, when they're all for one, I'm going to say franchise, it helps.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, here's all your X-Men comics put together. Here's all the Spider-Man comics put together. When it's shit like, let's say, Age of Apocalypse, it's still all the X-Men put together, but it's, all the X books put together. For Spider Island, it was all the Spider-Man books plus like a Cloak and Dagger or an Iron Fist or Heroes for Hire or Hercules. So it gets a little choppy.
Right.
It gets confused. When you want to do something like with the Onslaught epic, that was pretty much every Marvel book at the time. But I know for a fact because it was really just... I mean, it was a lot of X books, but like I think like 1 month of everything else, that was all encompassing. So this was all of Spider-Verse.
That's awesome.
And I read it. I really liked it. This is the most modern, as of now, Spider-Man saga I've read. I still want to read shit like, I don't know when the Gauntlet shows up. I think the Gauntlet was before that.
I think
the Gauntlet and Grim Hunt. I think that was right before Superior Spider-Man. Right. And I want to read Superior Spider-Man. And I want to read the Clone Conspiracy. And I want to read a Venomverse. Like, I want to read all these things. But I have a lot of fear because I'm going to pick something up and it's going to be like, oh, it's only part 1. You know what I mean? I hate that shit.
Right.
Give me everything at once. So I don't have to fall off the wagon. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Well, yeah, okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. But I really liked it. I didn't like...
Spider-Verse, if I remember correctly... Marlin was like the
Morlun.
Marlun.
Morlun and his family, the inheritors.
Right.
They're basically energy vampires that would feast on spider energy.
For some reason, I thought the Kravenoffs were the main, but
no,
now
the Kravenoffs are the Gauntlet. Because they were trying to bring back the Gauntlet leading into Grim Hunt.
Okay, yes. Okay, I was getting...
I found this website of all the like arcs, all the main arcs in Spider-Man and also Marvel Comics, which I'll probably send you because it's just a cool read.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's a bunch of energy vampires going through the entire multiverse and basically killing off or hunting down Spider-Men. So you have, like, you got your Spider-Man Peter Parker 616. You also have, like, time-displaced Spider-Man. So you have, like, Superior Spider-Man from 616, obviously, but he has Dr. Octopus's brain inside him.
And and they always were, if I remember,
more or less, yeah.
Parker and Parker were always clashing.
Sure, yeah. But, I mean, then you have, like, Miguel O'Hara from Spider-Man 2099, right. Spider-Man Noir. You have Miles Morales, the Ultimate Spider-Man. You have Spider-Gwen, which was introduced basically in this series, which there actually is a companion in Edge of Spider-Verse, and it just has like a couple tie-in issues of Spider-Gwen and Spider-Man Noir and a couple other ones.
I remember seeing that part where, Peter and Gwen like come face to face, and a little weird because Parker 616 is like mid-30s.
Yeah.
Spider-Gwen, she's 16, so he was just like...
Yeah, but I mean, in the same sense, like, it was still, like... I mean, if anything, I think, spoiler alert, I think she goes for Miles more.
Yes,
because they're obviously more of an age range.
Right. But like, still, like, I remember she was just like... She's like, yeah, I wasn't able to save you.
Yeah, exactly.
In my reality.
In their realities, they didn't save each other.
And I was just like, wow, that's heartbreaking.
Right, yeah.
Like...
But definitely, I mean, for someone who doesn't like Spider-Man, I love Spider-Man, but like I don't really read a lot of it. I keep my finger on the pulse a little bit, but it's like you have characters like Silk and like all the Spider-Women and all the Spider-Girls, and it's really kind of hard to keep up sometimes.
Silk, but sorry, when they first introduced her, I remember like for some reason like she has this like her and Peter have this weird like sexual.
I don't know why you said problem.
Huh?
It's not really a problem.
No,
not for Peter, but I mean, if he wants to try to get work done.
He was in a relationship when Silk first came about.
Right. All right. Fair enough.
So he was just like, I I don't know what to do.
Right, yeah.
Like,
they basically had to bang.
Yeah.
Like, constantly.
Yeah.
It was like the pheromones or whatever were
yeah.
lining
Again,
up
not
or
a
whatever.
problem.
Not a problem, but
I mean, if I remember, she was running around like just in webbing.
In webbing, yeah, which I think they changed up in Spider-Verse. Well, they did change up in Spider-Verse. But no, it was cool. I didn't like it kept the core Spider-Verse stuff up front in the book, and then it dealt with all the side stories in the back. You know what I mean? So it had like at one point there's a bunch of spider teams that do their own thing, which then go into like your Spider-Man 2099s, or your Scarlet Spiders, or your Spider-Man team ups that were happening in real life at the time. I would have liked those to be incorporated in the book, because they mention it and then they mention the end. You know what I mean? So it's like, why do I even have to bother reading their story if you already told me where they're going and, oh shit, they did this thing.
Yeah.
Whatever. I mean, it definitely kept the pace going, and if you were only reading those core Spider books, you'd probably be a little confused, but you'd be all right. Like, you'd be like, oh, all right.
Now, how far do we want to talk about this?
How so?
Like,
you want to talk spoilers?
Yeah.
We'll talk Spider-Verse spoilers. Yeah, sure. Go ahead. What do you want to say?
I really liked how, like, they took out Marloon's family. Like, they brought...
Oh, they just threw him in the radiated world?
Yeah,
that's a Spider-Man way of doing it. Like, we're not killing them.
And then you also have, you know, we always talk about this, how people come back. You had Uncle Ben, you know...
Yeah, I mean, in the sense of coming back, or technically
being
an alternate reality.
Exactly.
I mean, the same thing when Stacy. When Stacy came back, but she's an alternate Spider-Man.
So, like, I really like that, because, like, you know...
Yeah,
I kind of feel like... you know, Peter Parker of 616 finally got that closure that
I didn't see that, though, because like don't get me wrong, like the pace of this graphic novel, the pace of this arc or something, like for Peter Parker to come face to face with, I mean, he's come face to face with Gwen Stacy multiple times thanks to the cloning, but it wasn't as like revolutionary, not revolutionary. It wasn't as, I don't know. It wasn't as shocking as you would think it would be. To be like, oh my god, Gwen Stacy. Like, they make it, like, don't get me wrong, it's a full panel of 616 Spider-Man coming face to face with Uncle Ben, but not his Uncle Ben. But you know, still, like it was a shock. It was like, oh, okay, cool.
Sure.
But then, like, in the next couple dialogue things, it was like, yeah, I got bit by the spider. I tried to be a hero. Peter and May died, and I gave up. Like, the end. Like, that's his story. He does have a bit of a redemption arc, because, like, his whole world gets basically nuclear holocausted.
His world is the radiator.
His world.
Right.
By Dr. Octopus.
Right,
which then Superior Spider-Man's like, what? Like, I fucked up? Like, no, that can't be right. No. So that puts him into question. So that's cool. Like, there's a lot of, you know, it's a tangled web.
Yeah.
But then he realizes, like, you know, he wants to be here. He actually ends up going to Mayday's world, Spider-Girl's world, to be the uncle that he never could.
Right, yeah. Okay.
Because, so, that's Spider-Girl. So, an alternate future, I suppose, Peter Parker and Mary Jane's daughter become Spider-Girl.
Right.
And they also have a kid. No, she has a brother.
Right.
That sounded really weird. Peter and Mary Jane's two kids, Mayday Parker and Ben Parker.
Yep.
They Uncle Ben from the Irradiated. This is so fucking confusing. From his universe, lives now in that universe.
Yes. Yeah.
Which, again, continues or doesn't, I don't know. But, like, I guess they could always pull that shit. I know right after that, they had the Secret Wars and Battle World and Warzone, and they picked up on shit like this. Yeah. So there was, like, a Spider Island Warzone, or maybe a Spider-Verse Warzone, Age of Apocalypse Warzone. So it kind of continued those multiverses.
Yeah, which, I mean, that storyline was...
That was all over the place, but...
It was all over the place.
It was cool to see that shit.
It was. I mean, I have my feelings on that.
Right. But that'd be another thing to maybe get into. But
sure.
I don't know if I'm ready for, like, these all-encompassing Marvel
you know what?
crossovers.
See, I really like...
Get ready for Infinity War, April 27th.
I really do like... You know, I do like crossovers, but I like the crossovers where it's like... You know... I mean, Spider-Verse got very confusing. Like, it did get very...
Reading it like this was fine, though, I thought.
Right. I feel like it got confusing. Battle World got confusing, but, like, stuff like...
confusing.
But stuff like, X-Men Executioner's War.
Right.
Very, like, because you're only dealing with one portion of the
Maximum
Marvel
Carnage.
universe,
Yeah,
Maximum
there you go.
Carnage. But then once, and Marvel and DC, they both have this problem where it's just like, we're gonna have all these alternate worlds involved, and it's like, can you just write another comic about that alternate world like you did with the Ultimate Universe?
Right.
I'm a very simple-minded person.
Right.
Just boom.
Yeah.
Explain it to me as you would a child.
Sure.
Come on.
If you're a fan of Spider-Man, this is definitely the way to do it, because you got Spider-Man on Spider-Man on Spider-Man, and even in some cases, you got Spider-Man on Spider-Woman.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. No,
yeah.
that's Grim Hunt again. I keep confused. Wow. I think
that's one I want to read again.
I think I got to
read again, but read.
I think I got to pick up Grim Hunt.
But that's one that's stretched between different volumes.
Right.
And so that could be a little.
Oh, I'm sure by now they have.
No, I looked, bro. I looked. Because that is one of the good ones, and that is
I'll look in the deep web.
Oh, sorry. That's like a sequel almost to
the Gauntlet.
No. Oh well, no. Yes, you're right. Grim Hunt is a sequel to the Gauntlet,
which
but
is
that
a
whole storyline.
Kraven's Last
exactly.
Hunt.
Yeah,
Yes.
because they're trying to resurrect Kraven.
Yes.
But we're not talking about that right now.
Yeah.
I talked about Spider-Verse, and I liked it. So there we go. What else have I been up to?
Notice that with Spider-Man, we go off on tangents.
That's true, yeah.
Every time, which is not a bad thing.
No, not at all.
You've also been up to...
I've also been up to Kirby Star Allies. So I played this game.
Uh-huh.
I actually beat this game last night.
Did you?
Yeah, super cute. Loved it. I love Kirby games.
I know.
It's one of the, like, Kirby games, like the core games, have this tendency to be like this cute, adorable platformer, and then, like, towards the end, like, it's now a shmup. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, now it's a space shooter, now it's this wacky thing. And I'm not spoiling anything, but very similar to that. Like, it takes a lot of the mechanics and stuff and just kind of twists them, so it's like, now you're doing this other thing.
Yeah.
And, like, it's awesome, man. I didn't 100% it yet, because there's, in classic Kirby fashion, there's a, what do you call it? Like, once you beat the main story, you unlock side stories, so, like, you can play as any of the little side characters or whatever, go through like a sped up version of the game. You unlock the arena, which is another Kirby standard where it's like a boss rush.
Right.
And yeah, I'll keep at it for a little bit. I don't have anything else really going on for the Switch. I was still playing Never Stop Sneaking, but that game is just turning pretty repetitive. And
right.
It's just, you keep going back to the same mission. Not the same mission, but the same style of gameplay. And it's just like, you get a little further, and then they're like, all right, go do this other mission. So you keep going a little further, and then go to this other mission. So, like, I feel like this game can't go on for much longer, but it's been going on way long. And it's cute, I like it, but, I can only play the same thing, literally, for so long. Mm-hmm. Like, there's no change in it, but I gotta be right there. Another thing I want to mention is that a couple weeks ago, the Wii Shop, we announced this on Twitter. Well, we didn't announce it. We relayed the notes. It's not like we have that power. Or do we? The Wii Shop channel on the Wii... The Wii Shop channel on the Wii has stopped allowing you to put money into it. And that money is basically a point system. So it's not like, you can't transfer it over to your eShop. Maybe they'll do something when the Wii Shop closes and you have a lot of credit. Mm-hmm. Like some people I know will. Name drop. Boom. Twice in a row. Let's go for 3. Who knows? If you have a lot of credit in there and it's, still there until the shop ends, like, you're going to be out that money or whatever. I have, I think, 200 Wii points left, which I can buy nothing because the point system is all whacked out. But I went in there. I did pick up Castlevania The Adventure Rebirth. Okay. Which is, you would tell me about Castlevania Adventure, right, for Game Boy?
Yes.
So this is like a remake.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it just looks like, it's like 32-bit looking.
Okay.
I mean, but it's not like, it's still classic Castlevania. It's not
cool.
like they Symphony of the Night did it or anything like that. I also picked up Pulseman. Pulseman was a Genesis game that didn't come out in America that was created by Game Freak. Guys who made Pokemon, Drill Dozer, Pocket Card Jockey, other stuff. But obviously Pokemon's their bread and butter. So I picked that up. A while ago I picked Muscle March. So I'm going to have to check out these Wii games. And I want to tell you, the process of getting into the Wii portion through my backwards compatible Wii U was painful. Absolutely painful.
Right.
Like, you want to talk about generational gaps? Like, the Switch. Switch is in sleep mode right now. I pick it up out of the dock, it turns on, I hit a button 3 times, I'm right back into my game.
Right.
The Wii U, I have to turn on, I have to go through the start boot menu, or the quick boot menu, which isn't quick at all. I have to wait for the system to boot, and then I have to wait for something to load. Like, it's so painful. I don't know if it's me.
You have to go through a maze, answer a few riddles.
Exactly, yeah. Fight the
Shit.
Sphinx.
Oh, fuck,
It's like, you know what?
Get
Just kill me
raped by
right
the
now.
Minotaur.
You know what? I even thought, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't even want to buy these points anymore. Because then I had to go to the Wii shop. Yeah, get fucked by the Minotaur, I know. It's like,
you just...
I don't want to talk about it, okay? It's happened.
All right.
All right? I don't want to talk about it. All right?
How's your butt?
It's like gaping.
I could pass a watermelon.
Exactly. Oh, God. So, like, so then you get into the Wii U menu, and then you got to go to the Wii channel. So then you have to, I hope you, God, have a sensor bar, or you can use your gamepad, and you have Wii remotes handy with batteries, and then you got to go to the Wii shop, and then you got to go put your credit card information in because it doesn't save. And then it does this one thing, Tommy. Get this.
And you had to hang your Wii remote from the
exactly.
rafters.
You had to put some candles against the television so it simulates a Wii remote.
So what else does it do?
It does this thing where it's got one page. You put in your credit card information, okay? So number, name, expiration, the credit card thing, the code. Next page. Country, state, county for taxes, zip code. Boom. And then so you have these 2 buttons on the left and right on the bottom, right? So yes and no, right? So is this correct? Yes, no. Click yes. Is this correct? Click no. Yes.
Right.
Then it says, are you sure you want to add points? They swap the buttons. So if you're just speeding through, right? Like click yes, and then it says click no, guess what? You have to do it all over again. I knew that going into it, though, so it didn't get me. But back in the day, man, it got me every single time. Like, you sure you want to download this? Where do you want to download this to? The system memory? We're ready to download. Are you ready? It'll swap the buttons, so you got to do it all over again.
Such dicks.
And that was such an archaic way. You know what, Wii Shop? You had a good run, all right? You outlasted the Wii U, okay?
But get fucked.
Yeah, rest in peace. But I'm not coming to visit your grave anytime soon.
Only to pee on it.
That's all I got to say about that.
Can we also talk about the Pokemon in the room?
The elephant in the room? Get a load of this. Detective Pikachu Amiibo.
This motherfucker is going to haunt my goddamn dreams.
This thing is fucking like
It's
6
Diesel.
inches tall.
Yeah.
Do I have a regular Pikachu Amiibo out? I don't think I do.
But, like, why? Why is Detective Pikachu haunting me?
Because Detective Pikachu's the man. I haven't played the game yet. I'm waiting for...
I hope it's garbage.
I'm waiting for some stuff. It's going to get good reviews, dude.
I hope it's garbage.
Look at that. Why is he making that funny face? What happened here? I'm reading the back.
He got butt raped.
Talk about wicked dance moves. Pikachu will make all kinds of dynamic expressions.
Yeah, guess what?
What?
You know why he's making that face?
Why?
Bulbasaur's behind him.
Bulbasaur wouldn't be behind him.
Why not?
Bulbasaur's a peaceful creature.
Not when it comes to...
I'm opening him up right now. This is a live Amiibo unboxing.
Oh, good. Of Detective.
There's blood
Pikachu.
everywhere.
Yeah, he's gonna cut himself open, and I'm gonna have to go to the ER
On a Sunday morning, which
Sunday afternoon.
Sunday morning.
There
we go.
There we go.
Oh man, smell that plastic.
How heavy is it?
I'm gonna find out. I don't want to break his tail.
Really? Oh, snap. Wow.
Good lord, man. This
I
thing's in here
think you have to
fucking for
answer the
reals.
Sphinx's riddle.
There we go. Good lord, it's probably like about 3 pounds, which is a far cry from the several ounces. And Tommy's gonna drop kick him right across the room.
God. Oh, God. Detective Pikachu.
Look at that. You can't look at that, but it's glorious. It's got good texture. Alrighty, Rude Nation. So we're gonna wrap up this episode, this regular episode of the Rude Boys Power Hour. But stay tuned to this feed, this RSS feed, this podcast feed, this YouTube channel for, in a couple days, our WrestleMania episode, our WrestleMania special. Yeah. Which will be found again on your podcast channel of choice, rudeboys.podbean.com.
Flick it.
Flick the bean. You can our YouTube channel, which is bit.ly/rudeboysrudetube. I think we're also on the Apple Podcast Store.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that was there for a while. I just never pushed it.
Cool.
Yeah, absolutely. But you'll find links for this and all episodes, including our WrestleMania special, on our Twitter account, which would be twitter.com/rudeboys469, and our Facebook, which would be facebook.com/rudeboys469. Hit us up. Let us know. Get in any sort of last-minute WrestleMania topics you want to talk about, because we got a fucking episode all dedicated to WrestleMania, brother. You can hit us up on our personal Twitter accounts, twitter.com/Tesherms, TEH_SHERMS, Tommy.
Tommy_Cash with a K.
Cash with a K, which is cash with a K, not cash with a K. Just so anybody understands. Because he does say it every time, and you should all know him, you should all follow him, you should all love it. But
love me. Love me.
Cash is spelled with a K, okay? Love me, give me y'all.
Give me your pleasure.
Anything else, Tommy, you want to wrap up with? Besides that, I hope.
WrestleMania
coming up, baby. I hope you feel it. Feel the buzz, feel the hype.
That shit is becoming...
Feel us.
That shit's becoming a whole work day at this point.
The entire episode? Or the entire WrestleMania?
In general.
I know,
it's
going
like,
to be 8 hours long.
I think it's like 8 hours. I think it starts...
Oh, good Lord.
Actually, I think the pre-show starts right after TakeOver.
I like this Detective Pikachu hat.
Fucking prick.
Sorry. I like it's good. It's good amiibo.
Alright. Y'all have a wonderful Sunday.
Yes, enjoy. Happy April. Happy Easter. Happy April Fool's Day. And we'll see you.
Eat some ham.
Look at us. We're pointing at the sign. We'll see you at WrestleMania.
Brother.
This has been a Wall Street Bangers production.